Welcome to writing class. Today we are going to be focusing on how to write arguments to support claims with evidence. This is tied to Common Core Standard W7.1. Write arguments to support claims with clear reasons and relevant evidence. Okay, students, our topic today is, should schools allow students to bring pets to class? I'm going to read that again. Should schools allow students to bring pets to class? Okay, now that you have the topic, you might get a jerk reaction and go, yes, they should be allowed to bring pets to class. Or you might say, oh no, pets should not be allowed in a classroom. Think about how you feel on this subject. Maybe you have your own pets. Maybe you have a pet cat, a pet dog, a pet fish, a pet spider. What would it entail bringing that pet to school every day? Do you think, no, I'd rather leave my pet at home? Think about those ideas that are starting to formulate in your brain. Now we're going to brainstorm. So all good writers, no matter what, they always brainstorm. Way before you even write your rough draft, you want to get your ideas on paper. So we're going to brainstorm a little bit about our topic. And when you're brainstorming, you want to have a nice clean sheet of paper. You want to write your name and date on the top of the corner right of the paper. This is going to help keep track of when you're doing bigger essays or bigger research projects. You want to know the date that you formulate these opinions or arguments. So make sure to add the date to your paper. You can either do a flow chart, you can do a brainstorming web, whatever way suits you that helps you get your ideas on paper. You might notice when you're brainstorming that you really are a big animal lover and you love having pets at school, but you start formulating these ideas and go, wait, maybe this isn't such a good idea. So you change your opinion to no animals in school. Or maybe you start with no animals in school and you start jotting down your ideas and change your opinion that you think, hey, wait, actually, that would be a good thing to have animals in school. Your argument can kind of develop as you brainstorm, okay? So you want to think about all the reasons why. Think about what that would look like if you brought a pet dog to school. Think about what that would look like if you brought a pet cat to school. Think about if you didn't have those animals. Maybe there's something missing from the school day. Think about all those ideas, okay? This is the brainstorming process. Remember, this brainstorming paper, you do not need to have beautiful handwriting. You do not need to have wonderful organized boxes. This is just a piece of paper to get your ideas out of your brain, okay? So flush out those ideas. Okay, now that you have your ideas and you're brainstorming and you have a clear argument, whether you think yes or no, now you're going to start to look for reasons to support your claim. So should schools allow students to bring pets to class? By now you should have a good idea, either yes or no. Remember, this is an argument. There's no right answer. You're trying to convince and argue why your reason is the better answer, okay? So let's pretend that if we chose yes, should schools allow students to bring pets to class? Yes. Okay, so if you think yes, the next step of the writing process is you want to think of reasons why. And you want to have 3 very clear reasons that you can develop this argument. So for reason 1, you want to pick a nice clear topic. Reason 2, a nice clear topic. Reason 3, a nice clear topic. Have your 3 reasons laid out, and then you'll go ahead and start doing research to find your evidence that supports these reasons, okay? You also might find the reasons when you're doing your research, so that can also be a helpful tool. If you chose no, you're going to do the same thing. So should schools allow students to bring pets to class? No. And then you're going to think of your 3 reasons, okay? Think of strong, clear reasons that you're going to be able to research a lot about. Again, in the writing process, your reasons might change. They might change and say, hey, reason 3 isn't as strong as I thought it would be. I'm going to replace it with a better reason, right? This is a growing essay. You want to always improve your writing. Okay, now that we have brainstormed, we've thought yes or no, we've brainstormed, we've found our reasons that we're kind of mulling over. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find evidence. So remember, evidence is going to help us back up our reasons, okay? So if I just said, yeah, I think dogs should be allowed in school, someone's going to say, well, why? What kind of evidence do you have to prove that, right? So you want to have your claim, your reasons, and then we're going to go research and find evidence. So remember, when you think about researching, you might use books, you might use websites, you might use interviews, you might find a really good video of an interview or a TED Talk, something that you can use that's going to support those reasons why. So let's say that we chose yes. Should schools allow students to bring pets to class? Yes. So one reason we might say is having a pet builds a student's self-esteem and develops strong human-animal bonds. Okay, that might be a reason. Now we need evidence for why that's a good reason. Well, here's some evidence. This evidence is from petsintheclassroom.org. In fact, studies conducted by the Waltham Center have shown that children with pets have higher levels of self-esteem than those without pets. Okay, that's good evidence, right? It's from a reputable source. You have evidence that it shows that children with pets have higher levels of self-esteem, which supports that strong human-animal bond, okay? Here's another piece of evidence that you could have found. Hospitals and therapy centers alike utilize animals to help make children and adults feel more relaxed. This is taken from wgu.edu, a university. So this is going to be more evidence to support our reason, right? Having a pet builds a student's self-esteem. It develops that strong human-animal bond, okay? So notice how our argument is already starting to get stronger. Okay, this is just an example of reason 1. Remember, you're going to go through with reason 2, find a bunch of evidence, go through reason 3, find a bunch of evidence that's going to support your other reasons. Let's just do another example. Let's say that we chose no. So should schools allow students to bring pets to class? No. So this is your argument. Now you have a reason of why you chose no. Reason 1, having pets might be a distraction. So that's a good reason to support your reason of why you think pets should not be allowed in the classroom. Here's some evidence. While class pets can be a great teaching tool, they can also be a huge distraction. For students with attention and focusing needs, class pets can provide too much stimulation and distract them from their work. This is taken from a blog.reallygoodstuff.com, the pros and cons of class pets. Okay, so that evidence we found helped back up our reason for why pets might be a distraction. Let's take a look at our second evidence we found. Children should never be given the impression that animals are classroom tools. There's never any excuse for putting an animal's well-being at risk. And this is from PETA.org, Classroom Pets Bad Lesson. So PETA is saying that having animals in the classroom, we don't want to think of them as tools. We want to think of them as loving pets at home where they have yards, dog parks, and pet-friendly environments, okay? Okay, so these are just a couple evidence to support the reason why having pets might be a distraction. Now that you have all of your reasons and you've done a lot of research, now at the very end, you're going to wrap it up with your conclusion. Your conclusion is going to be your final paragraph where you restate your argument. So if I chose yes, pets should be in the classroom, I would say, in conclusion, pets should be allowed in the classroom. If I chose no, I would restate my argument. In conclusion, pets shouldn't be allowed in the classroom. That's just a good example and starter sentence to conclude and wrap up all your findings with a nice little bow. Okay, students, have fun out there writing. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.